And GOP Chair Reince Priebus joins us right now. Mr. Chairman, thanks for joining us this morning. You were at that meeting down in Florida where Trump's campaign manager Paul Manafort spoke. So which is the real Donald Trump and how did it play?
Well, look, I think there's a little bit of truth at every angle here. I think you're seeing Donald Trump at these rallies, and I think what he's trying to say at these rallies is that if he was just politically correct, people wouldn't be there. And I also think that Paul Manafort and people like Rick Wiley understand that being presidential and being at 30,000 feet is something that's going to be really important in the home stretch. So, yeah, we think that tone matters, and being presidential, it does matter. And I get the sense that they get that, but we'll wait and see.
Meanwhile, it's gotten the attention of Hillary Clinton and her campaign coming out with this new ad.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States. Knock the crap out of them, would you? I'd like to punch him in the face.
They're saying don't buy it, already starting the general election campaign.
Well, look, I mean, and we're starting the general election campaign, too. We had 2 soldiers from Benghazi at the RNC meeting who were lied to by Hillary Clinton, who did an awful job as Secretary of State. So, look, I mean, there's going to be plenty of return fire, I can assure you of that. But right now, as you know, we're in the middle of trying to figure out who our nominee is going to be. I feel good about where we're at as a party on the fundamentals, on voter registration, on work in the field, on data, on being a party ready for a general to keep the House and the Senate. But, look, we're working hard to make sure that we've got an open and fair convention so that we get to that place where we can unify around one person.
You say you feel good about that, but you've got a lot of prominent supporters of the Republican Party still holding out, including Charles Koch. In this exclusive interview with John Carl, he says he's probably sitting out the general election, and then he goes on to say this.
So is it possible another Clinton could be better than another Republican
next
time around?
It's possible.
You couldn't see yourself supporting Hillary Clinton, could you?
Well, we would have to believe her actions would be quite different than her rhetoric. Let me put it that way.
Mr. Chairman, it's pretty remarkable that someone who's done so much for your party would go that far, saying he's considering Hillary Clinton, and he's not alone. Is the party really unifying behind Donald Trump or Ted Cruz right now?
Well, I mean, it's pretty split. I mean, obviously, you can see it out there. I mean, it looks like a... You know, on the delegate front, obviously Trump's got a little bit of a lead, but you look on the delegate selection front, it looks like a pretty split decision. I think it's going to be a close contest going into the next 60 days. But look, Charles Koch, I know David and Charles in particular has oftentimes gone out of his way to appear nonpartisan, and maybe he is. I don't know. But, you know, certainly they have their own activities that they work on. We have ours. There isn't actually that much intersection between the two. We're prepared to win in November, but we're also prepared to
down the ballot.
Well, sure they have. Yes, they have, but you have to admit that Charles in the past has gone out of his way to make the case for him being a little bit less partisan than people would expect. I mean, that's all I'm saying. But look, the point here is that eventually everyone's going to run out of time to analyze this, and we're going to have a nominee, and it's going to come down to 4 to 8 more years of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, or a different direction. And I think that's going to be a very powerful case that we're going to be able to make as a party.
Meantime, Charles Koch is saying he's not going to go to the convention, and he's not alone. Senator John McCain is saying he probably won't go. Other Senate candidates like Mark Kirk, Kelly Ayotte, saying they're not going to go at all. Are you confident you're going to have your party behind you at this convention, given the tone of this campaign?
I don't remember seeing some of those folks at the convention in the past. I mean, I'm sure that Mark and Kelly and the senator has, but I don't know if that's what I just qualified. What I was saying was I don't remember seeing Charles Koch at any other convention, so I don't know whether that's news or not. I mean, look, this is going to be potentially a pretty historic event. some people gravitate toward that conflict, other people run from that conflict. I mean, the point is, it's going to be up to the individual. Some people like the idea of an open convention with a floor operation. Some people don't enjoy that. So, look, it's going to be up to them. It may very well be historic. And the point is, though, eventually, we're going to have a nominee, and we're going to have a very stark contrast between those two choices. And given Hillary Clinton's record on being trustworthy and being honest, and the fact that things aren't going that well under Barack Obama, I think that we're going to have a very strong case to make to the American people.
You've also got a lot of conservatives and others still talking about the possibility of a third-party draft if Donald Trump indeed does get the nomination, including getting behind someone like the former Marine General James Mattis. Have you talked to party leaders about that, other conservatives about that, and how concerned are you?
Yeah, I've talked to lots of folks within the party and the conservative movement, and they all conclude that it's a dumb idea and it's never going to work and it's not going to happen. So if so, you know, they're already behind the 8 ball, and in some states they may not be able to get on the ballot. So by the time we get to Cleveland, it's definitely going to be too late. And again, I don't know anyone truly serious that has any money behind them, an organization to make it happen, really thinking that it's going to happen. It's a nothing burger, and it's something that the media likes to spin, and I don't buy it.
Looking ahead to the convention, Donald Trump said this week that he would want to change the Republican platform on abortion, include specific exemptions for rape, incest, and life of the mother. Are you open to that? And how about open to other changes to accommodate parts of his platform, like building this wall on the southern border and banning the entry of Muslims in the United States?
Well, look, I mean, the platform is up to the delegates at the convention, and so if that's what Donald Trump is intending, then he needs to make sure that the people that agree with him are the people that are getting elected to the platform committee. I think our platform's pretty clear on those subjects. We believe that life begins at conception and that 14th Amendment rights apply to unborn children, and I would suspect that that's what the platform is going to say after Cleveland.
Last time you were on, you said the chances of a contested convention in Cleveland were going up. Are they going down now?
I think they've plateaued, George.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, thanks for joining us this morning.
Efaristo.
Barakallah. Thank you. For my fellow Greek there, let's go to the roundtable right now.